No, ma'am. He's going to crack those eggs and send you out the door with an empty purse and a messed up wig. The Next Door Podcast. Welcome back to the Next Door Podcast. I am Bestie Next Door, and I'm like your bestie next door. If you like your tea to be extra, extra sweet, then this place is not for you. Because we like our tea to be sweet and bitter. Sweet enough that it goes down, bitter enough to wake us up. Guys, woo! We are getting close to the ending of the year. I'm kind of excited for 2024 because 2024 I'm giving birth, so I get to be back on my American honey vibes. So I'm kind of excited about that. Also, guys, there's a new audio book called Becoming a Badass Woman, Controlling Your Emotions. If you're having issues with, controlling your emotions and just want to be a more powerful woman, I recommend you guys to get that audio book. It's really inexpensive. You can find that in the link in my bio or at 1or2luxury.com. Also, there's High Value Woman audio book. There's so many different audio books that will benefit you in your journey to leveling up. Today I have Voss water. I got me some Voss water. I got me some apple juice. And without further ado, let's crack it open. Oop. Having a hard time opening this because my hands are slippery. Oop. This is like my favorite apple juice. Like my favorite apple juice. Honestly, I can't even lie to you. Let me show you guys. My favorite apple juice. Favorite. You know I gotta be classy with the little wine glass or whatever. I gotta feel like I'm drinking some wine. I gotta be classy. And without further ado, first sip. This apple juice is so rich. It's so rich. It's like my favorite. It's so freaking rich. I want to do a little chit chat before we get into today's topic. So the chit chat I want to talk about was Cardi B. And the reason why I actually wanted to discuss Cardi B's situation is because, I believe it was like about last week or so, she went on a rant, about Offset. Basically, I don't know if he cheated on her or whatever the case may be, whatever it is, she went on a rant. And, some people were laughing at her pain. And of course, me as a woman, I could never laugh at the situation that Cardi B is going through because I understand how she feels emotionally. And especially you being married to a man and you being loyal to a man and you being his wife and, being there for him. And then he slaps you in the face. It's really offensive, However, I talked about this on my Instagram story. Some people would have seen it. Some of you may not have seen it. But I basically said that, I kind of wish she went about things differently. And Cardi B is a primary example of what we women need to understand, that words mean nothing to a man. In order for you to make a man understand something, you have to take action because a man is always going to take action. So you as a woman, you also got to take action as well. I think that with all the money she have and all the fame she have, it's not necessarily about her going to sleep with another man. It's not about that, but it's more so about just sending him the right message without making other people laugh at you. Because, right now we're in a toxic era where people love people's pain. That's where the era we're in right now. And it just seems that, when she was voicing out her opinion, her frustration, people were laughing at her, saying, oh, that's good for you, stuff like that. So if I was close to her, I would have said, girl, you book the PJ, get the tequila shots. We about to be lit. And funny enough is if she started going out more, posting on Instagram more, it would have sent a clear message to the public and him as well without her embarrassing herself. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like she tried to embarrass him. And I know that she just wanted to come to social media to release how she's been feeling for a while, but it just backfired, And I said this is the life lesson that I actually posted on Instagram. I said, life is too short to be pulling out your edges over the man them. Once you got your coins and you got a little bit of his coins, have fun with the girlies because he's going to be hanging out with his friends and he's not going to be thinking about how many edges you lost crying at home. Men are always, anytime a man is frustrated about something or hurt about something, he's always going to go out and have fun. So why do we women drown in sorrow? Like, we rather stay home and be sad and cry about it. Like, no, go out with your friends, have a good time. Don't sit there. Some people's gonna say it's easier said than done. It is easier said than done, but think about how much fun you have when you on a PJ with your girls and you taking your tequila shots and they're like, fuck that play you some sexy red. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time, because he's having a good time. He's not thinking about the edges you lost crying about him at home. So why would you deprive yourself of fun when he's not depriving himself of fun? So exactly, or have a spa day. Just do something. Just something to, lift your mood. Anyways, the next chit chat that I want to talk about is this NBA player called Anthony Edwards and this side chick. Let me tell you something. Don't allow a man to tell you more than once that he doesn't want to have a child with you. A lot of you are destroying your womb, destroying your peace of mind by forcing a man to do what he doesn't want to do. And, most women like to have the argument of, oh, it's his fault. He's the one that dropped it off on her body. But it's also your fault as well, because it's your body. Why are you allowing men that you know that don't want a future with you to drop it off in your body? That's the thing. Women got to start holding themselves accountable. We got to get to a point where we stop blaming men for, oh, he's the one that dropped it off my body, so because I want to keep the kid, it's his responsibility too. Why are you allowing different men that you know that don't want a future with you, that don't want to make you their wife, to drop it off in your body? Protect your womb. You know what I'm saying? Protect your womb. Protect your womb at all costs. And I guess so, it's so toxic of us women to keep encouraging us to not be accountable. And I want us to be accountable, because the more you're accountable for your actions and the more you're accountable in general, is the better you're going to be in life. Because now you'll avoid silly mistakes. And the only way to avoid silly mistakes is by being accountable. Someone on TikTok Live asked, how would you know? You will know when a guy does not want to be with you. You will know when your intuition will tell you that he doesn't want a future with you. It's something you can't hide. You can't, listen, I don't want to know how stupid a woman is. Even if you're delusional, you would know when a man does not want you, because he's not talking about the future. He's only calling you at night. He barely calls you. You would know when he doesn't want a future with you. Men are very straightforward. So if a man is not talking to you about the future of, oh, I would love for you, I'm thinking about starting a family, or, I want to get married soon. If he's not talking about none of those things with you, then clearly he wants no future with you. Men are very straightforward. You don't have to guess when it comes to men. The problem is that a lot of women are delusional, where they're like, oh, I'm not sure if he feels like this. Sis, you are sure. Bitch, you're sure. You know exactly how you feel. You know all he wants to do is drop it off in your drawers, and he don't want nothing more. But now, because your emotions are tied to him, now you're trying to be all delusional and think that, oh, maybe he likes me, but he's not communicating. No, ma'am. He doesn't like you. He just wants to drop it off in your drawers and let you be on your way. You got to start seeing things for what it is. And that's what I mean by being accountable. When you're accountable, you're going to be able to see these things. I just want to get into that little chit chat. Let's get into today's topic. Man, this apple juice is like my favorite apple juice. If you guys don't know anything about me, my favorite juice is apple juice. All right. So today's episode, we're talking about things that you need to leave in 2023. So the first thing on the list to leave in 2023 is overthinking. Overthinking leads to indecisiveness, which then turns into anxiety. And what is anxiety really? What is really anxiety? Because I used to have bad anxiety as well. Anxiety happens when you're trying to process too many thoughts at one time. You're trying to process the present, the future, and the past at once. It gives your body that feeling of unease because you're trying to process too many things at once. Overthinking will cause you to lose a lot of opportunities. This is why most of you are scared. Most of you are scared to ask a man for money or ask a man for what you want because you're too busy overthinking. Oh, what is he going to think about me? Or what if he think I'm broke? That should not matter. So we are leaving overthinking in 2023. Overthinking robs you of your joy, and that is what we're leaving in 2023. Overthinking. I already drank all my apple juice. The next thing that we're leaving in 2023, past heartbreak and past trauma. Your past relationship should not be the blueprint for your future relationships. And I think that a lot of people don't understand that. Your future relationship is going to require the future you, the better version of you. And until you get there, you're never going to find the man you're looking for because you're still traumatized and still living in the past. There's always a lesson in a heartbreak. So take the lesson with a grain of salt and move on. Leave it in 2023. Nobody cares about it. Heal and move on. And if you haven't healed, then you have no business dating. Period. The next thing we're leaving in 2023 is toxic relationships. Most of the reasons why a lot of women stay in toxic situations is because they're toxic themselves. They haven't elevated into that future being that's not toxic and that's ready for healthy relationships. So if you're saying to yourself that, why do I keep attracting toxic men or toxic people? It's because indirectly you're toxic. You are what you attract. So if you keep attracting toxic partners, then clearly you have some type of toxicity somewhere in your body that you don't know about. When you are trying to get to having healthy relationships, it requires the healed and healthy version of yourself. Some people don't understand what a toxic relationship is. Let's go through what a toxic relationship is. Toxic relationship would be like controlling behavior. Like maybe you know how some women are so controlling, like, no, don't go out with your friends, stay home with me. Toxic. Because why he can't go out with his friends? 2, some women like to ignore their needs. Like your needs of getting your nails done, or you hanging out with your friends, or you just going to the gym because you want to be all smothered and you want to be all under him. That's toxic. Because why can't you be okay with being separate for some time? Why can't he have his me time and why can't you have your me time? That's a form of toxicity. Disrespect. See, I feel like when it comes to toxic relationships, I feel like a lot of women like to point the finger and say, oh, he was so toxic. But they don't understand that you were toxic as well. You being disrespectful to your man and calling him names and saying F this, you S this, you da, 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 is toxicity. Because as a woman, you shouldn't even bring down your man like that. Even no matter how mad you are at your man, there's so many ways to convey your anger without disrespecting him. It's one thing to be upset and have an argument, and it's one thing to be straight up disrespectful. Disrespect is toxic. Because now, when he starts reacting to what you're saying, because now he feels disrespected, it's going to be like, oh, well, this, he did that. But it's like, you triggered him. Because why are you disrespecting him? You wouldn't like if a man disrespects you when he's angry, because a man shouldn't disrespect you either. He shouldn't be calling you B this, F this. He shouldn't be talking to you like that. So if either of you are talking to each other like that, it's toxic. Let me tell you something. I don't care how angry I get at my man or how angry he gets at me. I don't ever think he ever called me like he'd be like, bitch, don't fucking play. I don't think he don't ever talk to me like that. And I don't ever be like, oh, you're a bitch ass nigga. I don't talk to him I just don't talk to him like that. I don't talk to him like that. I can say you're stupid, or I can say just doesn't make any sense. I could insult what he did, but I could never blatantly disrespect him. Like I can never do that. Never. And I think that that's something really important that a lot of women need to understand. Disrespect is also a form of toxicity. The next thing is physical abuse. I ain't going for that physical abuse shit. Let me tell you something. I seen it growing up as a kid. I am not going for that physical abuse stuff. Any hitting and beating on is toxic. Let me say the truth. You guys know I always got to say the truth. Sometimes in the beginning of a relationship, it does, like when you get into a certain part of the relationship and you love each other so much, it does get physical a little bit. I can't even lie. Because I'll be sitting here lying to you and saying, oh, well, me and my man, we never got physical with each other. We never put our hands on each other. There's times where he would piss, but we've elevated past that though. There's times where he really pissed me off to the point where I had to jump on him like Tommy did on Love and Hip Hop to Scrap. Like there's times I had to just jump on him because he just be pissing me off because he's taller than me. So I had to jump on him because he literally be pissing me off. I can't even lie. Like I'll be like, yo, now you got me effed up. And all you hear is get off me. Sometimes it does get like that, but I'm talking about when we say physical abuse, because when you're in a relationship, like, okay, let's be real. When you've dated someone for a certain amount of time, you guys become brother and sister. Indirectly, you guys become brother and sister. You guys argue about the pettiest thing. You get what I'm saying? But when we say physical abuse, I'm talking about a guy punching you in the face and you can't do nothing. He's physically abusing you, punching you in your face, giving you bruises, black and blue eye. Physical abuse is toxicity. I think we all are clear of that, and we all know that nobody plays with them DV cases. Nobody's playing with that. The form of a toxic relationship would be emotional abuse, emotional blackmailing. I think we're all clear on that one. Another form of toxicity in a relationship is blaming you for their behavior. It's the number one way a manipulator use to not hold themselves accountable, blaming you, making you feel like it's your fault. That's the reason why they acting like that, or that's the reason why they did what they did. Any man that sits there and blame you for what he has done to you, maybe it be cheating, maybe he hit on you, maybe he did something maybe he betrayed you. Any man that can sit there and blame you for his wrongdoing is a man that will never hold himself accountable. Next caller. Simple as that. You can't be dealing with men that, let's say, they do something wrong and they say it's your fault. How is it your fault? How is it my fault that you can't get your act together? I'm not you, sir. You get what I'm saying? So any man that you deal with that blames you for their actions and has no accountability and tries to always flip it on you and make you feel like the bad person because he acted the way he acted because of you, next caller. Next caller. He will continuously manipulate you. The next one is lack of trust. Lack of trust. Indy said, I love hearing next caller. No, because for real, it'd be like next caller, for real. Lack of trust, the most toxic thing to ever have in a relationship. Because no matter how much you try to earn the trust, no matter how much you try to prove that you are reliable and you're trustworthy, it's always going to be a problem. So if you are currently in a relationship and you lack trust, you guys lack trust, next caller, it's not going to work. Because now at this point, he can't be by himself and you can't be by yourself without assuming or him assuming that you are cheating on him. When it gets to that point in the relationship, it makes no sense to continue. Unless you guys both decide to say, you know what, I want to work at this. I want to rebuild our trust. But the moment where there's no trust at all, like you can't even trust them. You can't even trust them at all. There's no point. Next caller, there's no point. Because why would you be with someone that you can't leave for 5 minutes and trust that they're going to do right by you? Because now lack of trust also equals lack of peace of mind. You won't have peace of mind when you're dealing with someone that you can't trust. That's most of the traits for toxic relationship, just in case anybody's unsure. Right? This leads into the next thing that you need to leave behind in 2023. Unhealthy habits. What do I mean by unhealthy habits? Procrastination, drugs and alcohol. You know, I think that most times us women, we tend to be easily influenced. And if you're trying to stop a habit, like let's say you're hanging around friends that love to drink and do drugs. Like that's what they do every single day, drink and do drugs. They're not trying to elevate. They're not trying to move forward. You know, elevation is not in their vocabulary. You need to leave them behind. Any friend that is not elevating with you is holding you back. Any friend that's not making you level up or is stopping you from being a better person or is trying to say, oh girl, you wasn't like that last year. Any friend that's telling you about how you was last year and is not talking about how you need to be for the new year needs to be left in the last year. Hello. I need to drink my water. Believe it or not, you are the sum of the people you hang around with. So if you hang around bird-headed girls that just talk crazy, that don't want to elevate, that don't want to move forward in life, you would eventually be just like them. And, you know, the problem with most women is that, you know, you're scared of being alone. You're scared of not having that friend to call. But you don't realize that if you distance yourself from those toxic, unhealthy habits with those friends, because you've distanced yourself, you're giving yourself room to attract new and better friends that's going to respect you for the new version of who you are and not bring you back. And that's what you need. In 2023, unhealthy habits need to go. Any friend that's jealous of you, any friend that's making you feel like you think you're all that you weren't, any friend that tries to remind you of who you were in the past and your past wasn't too bright, next caller, leave her in 2023. Women are so loyal to the friendship more than what the friendship has to offer. Like how you need to have a phone book full of men that are valuable, you need to have valuable friends as well. You will not get to those valuable men if you don't have valuable friends. If you hang around ratchet friends, bird-headed friends, how are you going to get around valuable contacts? Because they're not valuable. Right? So Unhealthy habits, friends that are not valuable, 2023. It's not that you have to act Hollywood on them, but you distance yourself from them because they're your past and you are in the future. Your past self and your future self can never relate. Your past self and your future self can never relate. So, because you're currently improving and you are currently in your future self, those past friends need to be left in the past with the past you. Hello. Okay. The next thing that needs to be left in 2023 is giving out your eggs just because. You should not be laying down with a man just because. Because when you get pregnant, just because, you're going to sit there and blame him. 2024, you need to be more intentional with your body. You should not be laying down with a man, well, I just want to lay down with him because I like him. He's cute. Oh, he's cute. You know, I really like him. No, ma'am. Because when you get pregnant, that man, you'll see how quick that man turns into Casper. So you need to be really intentional when it comes to your body. And I think that collectively as women, if women collectively become more intentional with their body, there'll be less dusties, less broke men, less deadbeats. Because now we're raising the market value. That's what women don't understand. Women don't understand. We need to understand. As women, we determine the market value. And the reason why the market value is so trash right now with waste men is because there are women that are sitting there open and spreading their legs for these waste men. So why would a man feel like he needs to go hard when the market value is so cheap and so accessible? 2024, be more intentional about your body. You're not laying down with a man just because. You're no longer laying down with men just because. That man needs to prove that he's worthy of getting in between your legs. Because now, if you get pregnant, you want to make sure that the guy that you lay down with is responsible. This is how we prevent broken homes. This is how we prevent deadbeats. We prevent deadbeats by being intentional with our bodies. Don't allow a man to tell you more than twice he don't want you. Don't allow a man to tell you more than once he don't want a child with you. Don't allow a man to tell you more than once he doesn't love you. Don't even allow him to show you more than once. You see, don't be delusional. Think that, oh, the moment he gets in between my legs, my cookie is so sweet, he's going to fall in love with me and he's going to want to be with me. No, ma'am. He's going to crack those eggs and send you out the door with an empty purse and a messed up wig. Be intentional. Be intentional with who you allow in between them legs. Because when you pee on that stick and it's positive, you're not going to be smiling no more. Hello. The last and final thing that we are going to leave in 2023 is clutter. Sometimes the reason why you find it difficult to think or move forward is because your closet and your whole house is cluttered. You're a hoarder. You're hoarding this. You're hoarding this from 2010. You don't want to throw this away from 2019. You're keeping this from 2009. Throw it away. Declutter. As you're going into the new year, you need to declutter. What you're not using, throw it out. The clothes that don't fit, throw it out. The clothes that are cheap material that has holes in it, throw it out. The wig that's collecting dust that you're never going to wear again, give it to your sister or give it away or throw it away. Declutter. That's the reason why you have a problem thinking in your own space, because everything is so cluttered. You're a hoarder. You're holding on to this. You're holding on to that. In order to move forward, you need to give room. But when everything is so cluttered and everything is so congested, how is new opportunities and new things are going to come in? Like, for example, you want to buy new clothes. How are you going to buy new clothes if your closet is filled with a whole bunch of junk? You're not going to think that you need new clothes because your closet looks so full. But literally, your closet is full of junk. Declutter your closet. Declutter your closet. Throw away those wigs. All makeup that listen, some of you are keeping makeup that you bought in 2016 and you feel like, oh my God, I got so much makeup. No, ma'am. You got clutter. Declutter your makeup box. The makeup you're not using anymore, throw it away. Do you know that makeup expires? Makeup expires. So you holding on from makeup for 4, 6, 7, 8 years, thinking you have so much makeup, ma'am, you don't have a lot of makeup. It's just garbage. Declutter your makeup drawer. Declutter your closet. Declutter your wig section. Declutter toothbrush. Change your toothbrush. Old socks that got holes in it, throw it away. Even pajamas. You know, a lot of us like to keep certain clothes because we want to keep it for house clothes. Ma'am, throw those old panties away. Some of you are keeping panties from 2016, 2015, and it got a whole bunch of bacteria on it. Throw it away. Leave it in 2023. You don't need to wash it. Throw it away and go to Victoria's Secret. They have a good sales, 5 for $35. Throw it away. Your old house clothes that you are keeping because, oh, it's house clothes, throw it away. Go buy you some new pajamas. Go feel like a luxury woman. Go get you some new robe. Go get you a new robe, a new silk robe. Go to Vicky's Secret and get you a nice little fluffy robe. Go buy you some new pajamas. You don't need to be keeping the pajamas that you had from 2015 all the way to now because, oh, it's your house clothes. No, ma'am, throw it away. Go shopping for new house clothes. Go shopping for new house clothes. Throw it away. Clutter is being left in 2023. Hello. Somebody on TikTok said, we need to get rid of old to make space for new, better things. People and experiences. Exactly. You know, a lot of you say, oh, how do I level up? Level up by throwing out the junk. The old makeup, the old panties, the clothes with the holes in it, the cheap material stuff, the house clothes that you've been wearing since 2010. We are leaving all of that in 2023. In 2024, we are being more organized and we are leaving room for growth and opportunities. Hello. All right, guys. The thing is, I practice what I preach. Before I came on here, I'm like, yo, all these house clothes that I'm keeping that I had since like 2016, I gotta throw this away. I started throwing out all of them. And then you know what I did? I went on a shopping spree. I bought a whole bunch of new house clothes. Like I went to, I think it's called Five Guys. Or 5 deals. Like, it's not nothing expensive, nothing crazy. Just some new pajamas, you know, new house slippers, a new robe, because I have a satin robe that I've been using for a long time. I bought me a nice Victoria's Secret robe. You know, I had the little coupons. Went and got me a nice new fluffy Victoria's Secret robe. New, you know what I'm saying? New 90s, new panties. Threw away all my old panties. I threw it away. Because sometimes, you know, women, we be thinking, oh, I got so much underwear. No, your underwear drawer may be full, but it's full of panties with bacteria. Throw it away. Ain't no reason why you keeping panties from 2011. Ain't no reason why you keeping panties from 2010, 2015, even 2018. Throw it away. You need to be changing your panties every 6 months. Period. Bras too. Even me, I had to buy new bras. Even though bras are expensive, you know the bras that are raggedy and bust down. You know the ones that's raggedy that you're like, you know what, I need to throw this away. Throw it away. Start investing. You see, let me tell y'all something. You know, a lot of people avoid shopping for themselves when it comes to panties, underwears, because they feel like it's so expensive. But you want a man to spend money on you, but you have a hard time spending money on yourself. It doesn't work like that. If you have a hard time spending money on yourself, then how do you expect a man to spend money on you? If you don't even feel worthy of your own money, to the point that you are so stingy with yourself that you don't even think that it's necessary to buy yourself new makeup, new hair, new clothes, new house clothes, new panties, new bras, new socks, then what makes you think that a man is going to want to spend money on you? You already proven to yourself you're not worthy. You will always be your best investment. And I'll keep saying that. Your beauty is your currency. Your beauty is what opened doors for you. So how you carry yourself and how you package yourself is what is going to allow buyers, I'm going to quote unquote call men buyers, to want to buy from you. Buy into the product, something like that. I always like to use this example. I always like to use the example of if you go to a grocery store and you're shopping for a box of cereal, you're not going to buy or pick up the box of cereal that has holes in it, that is damaged, that is smushed. No, you're going to move that box of cereal to the side and you're going to go for the box that looks newly packaged. That's the way you need to look at yourself, a brand new package. You are a package. You see, when it comes to attraction and when it comes to living a certain lifestyle, we as women don't have to work as hard. Men usually have to work as hard because a man can't get into a room full of rich men unless he's rich or he knows someone in that circle. But a woman can. So we already gifted with that. So use that to your advantage. Invest in yourself. Buy yourself good makeup. Buy yourself good clothes. And it's not about buying Chanel bags. It's not about buying the most expensive thing. Don't get confused. It's not about, oh, I gotta buy me a Prada bag, or I gotta buy me a this bag, I gotta buy me this bag, I gotta buy me Chanel, I gotta buy me a Louis Vuitton. If you know you can't afford it, don't buy it. It's fine. Buy what you can afford, but look clean. Look expensive. There are so many quiet luxury brands that are inexpensive that you can buy and you'll still look rich and look better than the girl that's wearing Chanel. I want you to understand that. It's not about buying the name. You're buying the quality. Don't get too fixated on name brand. When it comes to leveling up, you're buying the quality, not the brand. Buy things that you know that's going to enhance you, that's going to make you look expensive. It's all about perception. You have to be perceived in order for people to believe. If you can't be perceived as expensive and as a luxurious girl, then men are not going to believe you are worthy of that. Listen, let me tell y'all something before I end this. You know, there's a lot of girls that you see on Instagram and social media that you feel like, oh my God, she's always wearing this, or she's always buying this, or she's always flying first class, or she's always, on vacation. And she could be dead broke. But that girl is packaging herself the right way to attract the men that she's looking to attract. Because she knows that she wants a rich man that can afford to take her on vacation, that can afford to give her shopping sprees. So she has to show that she's used to that. So that man doesn't feel like he's doing something special. I want you to understand something. You guys got to start understanding that you cannot ask a man for something that you can't give yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, how do you expect him to take care of you? If you can't even spend $500 on yourself with your own money, then why would you think that he's going to give you that $500 to spend on yourself? Because you're basically showing that you're not worthy of money if you can't spend your own money on yourself. So I want to answer some questions and I want to get out of here. Somebody asked, what is your perception on late reply? I think that, first of all, as a woman, you should not be so fixated. You should be so consumed and busy with yourself that you shouldn't even be focused on if a man is replying you late or not. Don't be too invested. Don't be too invested in a man's reply. If you think about the guy, just think about the guys you don't really like that. Just think about the guys you don't like. Right? If they reply you in 5 minutes or they reply you in an hour, you don't care. And some guys literally do that all because they don't want to seem like they're desperate. And some guys can truly be busy. Bree, I don't want to automatically assume he doesn't want you. I can't sit there and say, oh, if he texts you back late, he doesn't want you. People are busy. Why are you sitting by your phone waiting for a man's reply? You should be busy with your life that you don't even notice that he replies to you late. A late reply would be like, let's say you wrote him at 5 p.m. and he doesn't write you back till the next day. Then that's disrespectful. But if he takes a few hours to write you back, then it's like, okay, he's busy. He's probably busy. Someone asked, will I take a break after giving birth? Probably like a few weeks and I'll come right back. Just a few weeks. Nothing too crazy. Maybe a month at most, depending on, the situation at hand, nanny situation, chef, all that type of stuff, then maybe a month. But I'm not going to be gone for that long, to be honest. As I'm coming here to you guys, you guys are going to see like me like lose weight because let me tell you something. I could see my stomach. People been saying some people have been commenting like I've gained weight, and I look at them like okay, what do you expect? I'm pregnant. Like people keep asking the same question. I'm pregnant. You can see my stomach. You guys know my face has not been like this. My face is usually not like that. So yeah, I hate when people ask me, "Are you pregnant? Are you pregnant?" Yes, I'm pregnant. Clearly. Okay, so somebody, let me move on to the next question because I want to get out of here soon. Somebody, yeah, baby on the way. 2024, we're done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. After 2024, after a month after my birthday, he's gonna be out, and we're gonna be back. I'm gonna be back on my demon time. I'm gonna still have my topics, but you guys know when I have my American honey in the picture, I'm more funny. It's more funny. Like it's like you're learning, but you're laughing at the same time. It's more entertaining. Okay. Someone asks how to make high value friends. You make high value friends by becoming a high value woman. Because you know the thing is this, right? You can't you can't be friends with high value women if you're not a high value woman because you're going to be jealous. You're going to be jealous of the things they talk about. You're going to be jealous of the way they look. You're going to feel incompetent because you'll feel like, damn, these friends are just too good for you. You get what I'm saying? Like they're just too good. You'll indirectly be envious, indirectly. Most of the time, the reason why some girls are jealous of other girls is because the things they talk about and the things that they experience, they can't relate to that. That's what caused jealousy. You get what I'm saying? Someone asks how to get over someone you've never dated. You never dated him, so what is there to get over? You never dated this man, so what is there to really get over? Ask yourself that question. Like, get answers in your question. How to get over someone you never dated? You never dated that man. So why are you stuck on him? You're stuck on the idea and the imagine. You're stuck on imagination. Don't be too. It's okay to be delusional, but don't be too delusional. You get what I'm saying, sis? Please. Okay, so should I leave if he's saying he wants to build something with me but doesn't talk to me in person? He's saying he wants to build something with you but doesn't talk to you in person. Actions speak louder than words. You see, one thing that we women have to understand is that you know a man is serious when his actions line up to his words. If his actions is not lining up to his words, then clearly after he finished dropping it off in your drawers, you're out the door. So next caller. If his actions do not match up to his words, next caller. Simple as that. I said this in so many of my episodes, and I'll say this again. Men are so intentional. When they want something with you, their actions will line up with what they're saying. But when they want to deceive you, their actions will not line up to what they're saying because they're trying to deceive you. Because they know that we women go by what we hear, not by what we see. So you being an emotionally intelligent woman and being a smart woman, you don't only go by what you hear, you go by what you see. You can never go wrong by watching a man's behavior. Watch his behavior. Does he do the things he say he's going to do? Don't say, "Oh, well, he told me he loved me. He told me he was going to. He told you he was going to, but did he do it?" Is what you have to start asking yourself. Okay? Be patient with yourself and the things around you. Life is a marathon, not a race. Hello. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you're watching on YouTube or you're here live with me on TikTok, thank you for watching. If you're listening on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, thank you for listening. And you guys know the rest. Until we meet again.